Welcome back to Embracing New Life, and on this week's episode we dive into the fourth and final part of our interview with Bryan Peacock. If you haven't been listening to those first three parts, we'd encourage you to go back and listen to those and reference those before you start this episode. But if you have, then welcome back. And without any further ado, here is part 4 of our interview with Bryan Peacock.
Helping them to understand each other better is a huge catalyst, working with couples.
And so a spouse asked me at one point, saying that their spouse was diagnosed with ADHD, that is change really possible, or is this just something they're stuck with?
Well, ADHD can't be cured, but it can be treated.
And what's the difference?
It's something that you have, right? And it's a wiring. It's a way that your brain works that does some things very well, and there's other things it doesn't do well. And we want to be reasonable with the expectations and also be able to embrace the strengths.
Yes.
Right? Skills can be learned, systems can be put in place, reminders can be put in place. So I believe, growth is possible, but I think we also have to be willing to understand that that person isn't necessarily going to be the way somebody might envision. Right?
So expectations also will change.
Expectations are key.
Yes.
Right? And so it's a delicate balance between, I always want to believe in my clients and believe that they're capable of doing things that I might not even know. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, we have to have expectations that there are certain situations that they might not be able to function well in. Or there's certain accommodations that they're just going to need to have, or certain systems are needing to have in place. Because it doesn't go away, but it's manageable. And that's the key. ADHD is very manageable.
And so a diagnosis of ADHD does not mean you're going to have a lousy life.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
You can have a wonderful life.
Yes.
And you can harness your strengths and different ways of thinking and problem solving abilities and curiosities and high interests. Like, again, finding the right ways to be able to integrate that into your life can be an incredibly rewarding life. But it's not easy. It's not an easy life. But I think that, again, can I help you make it a bit easier? Right? Can we make it manageable and you can find joy in life amongst the peaks and the valleys?
Yes.
But that's the whole human experience.
Totally. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Life in a fallen world, things are not the way they're supposed to be.
And it's okay, though.
Yeah.
And we can
It's
live
okay.
well.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, and just the reality that, sometimes things are going to be a grind. I think our culture gravitates toward ease and comfort, and we just forget that, behavioral change especially, it just takes an incredible amount of energy and effort and intentionality that, and, just consistency and dedication to it. We want the Amazon Prime 2-day delivery of my ADHD is fixed and I'm done with it.
Yeah. I don't know. I want it today.
Yeah, sure. Right now.
Right now.
Order in the next 10 minutes and you get it by tonight.
Yes.
It's good to remember that, this is just, it's life in a fallen world. And it can be very beautiful, but it's going to be very demanding as well, at times, not all the time, but.
When I'm working with a couple that one of the individuals has these features, as you were describing earlier, expectations are so important. And saying goodbye to who I want you to be so that I can open up space to receive who you are.
And there's a lot of that with the individuals too. So my individual work focuses a lot on the expectations they might have had for themselves. Whether it came from others, like excessive pressure, I have to be good at this or I have to be good at that, or have to do this a certain way. and I think helping individuals to change and alter those expectations also can be a really big breakthrough, where they start to see like, oh, I don't have to do this way. I don't have to work a desk job. I don't have to, have my life unfold in this certain way. That when we do reach the valleys, like there's a way out, and it's a super important piece. And then to see them walk that and experience it it's great, because you see their resilience start to develop.
Yeah.
And again, that's another big word in terms of any treatment that I do with any individuals is resilience.
Yes.
The ability to bounce back, to get back up, to keep fighting, to keep pushing ahead, right? To rest when we need to rest, to regroup, and then let's go at it again with some different strategies.
Yeah.
So lots of problem solving again involved in that, which is that's one of my high interests is problem solving and figuring out those puzzles.
And the normalization that the struggle's real, but the struggle's real for everybody too. It's not just you that are struggling. Like, everybody has their unique struggles that they have to work through life in.
So struggle is normal?
I hope so.
But we don't always see it. Like, I use the image of an iceberg often, where you see the piece above the water, but what's beneath the water is so much bigger. And I'm always talking to, especially when we're talking to the preteens and teens about social comparison, like, you see what they want you to see.
Yeah.
Right? And let's face it, the adults too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You see what they want you to see. You see what they present. Of course, with social media, that's all what social media is,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's not other people's experience. And I can't tell you what's underneath the surface for them, but I can tell you everybody's got their underneath the surface.
That's right.
And the fact, and again, people that can come into therapy and be vulnerable about that.
Yeah.
It's huge for shame reduction. It's huge for self-acceptance. If they can see like, oh, this is okay to have all these struggles underneath. And there are people I can show some of these with that can help me with this, right? But that's a critical piece too, is for people to know that everybody has their struggle, but they don't necessarily show it. And sometimes the people who are able to show it are actually the healthier ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to go a little tangential on you for a second. Probably doesn't surprise you, Brian. But you talked about your love of sports, and I was thinking your office is sort of a combination between a playroom and a sports bar. And I love being in your space there. But in your athletic career, you played football. And one of your teammates did well, I believe.
Yes, I went to school with Tony Romo, who was quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys for several years and had a lot of success. And that was an interesting experience. Football for me was, it was a good outlet in high school. It was a way for me to be able to, just get out some of the frustration and the annoyance of school, right? And the camaraderie of the team. And so, I don't think I consider myself really an athlete. I wasn't great at it, but it was fun.
Yeah.
And it was a team, and there was respect. And it's kind of come full circle now. My son plays rec soccer, and I'm coaching his team, and it's very cool to see, because again, he enjoys it, but to see him integrate with the other teammates and to see them work together, like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that, and seeing the different personalities. And then, of course, yes, I have a borderline obsession, although my wife say it might be more borderline, with sports. And of course, Packers, Brewers, Bucks, and of course Marquette. and Liverpool soccer.
Oh, there you
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So that's one way that I, when I need to,
Uh-huh.
decompress. Sometimes I'll go down and into my basement area, which is a sports shrine, and I'll sit there and watch the game, and after the kids have gone to bed, and I have a very big interest in all of that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And a lot
awesome.
of my clients, and that's the cool thing is whether it's that, on my walls I have a lot of stuff for Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, and fantasy film is a huge passion of mine. And so I've got all this stuff up on the walls that not only the kids like but that I like too. And it's really fun to see them come in and be like, "Oh, you like that stuff?" Yeah, it's genuine. Like, it's for me too. And then I look to integrate that. So like with a lot of the kids, I've developed a Jedi training program that takes things like mindfulness and self-discipline and social skills and emotion regulation, and being a huge nerd, like tying it into the Star Wars universe, some of the teachings of the Jedi, like that's something that just like I've been naturally interested in, and find ways to integrate that. But I'll take that with all sorts of different films and characters and books, and again, whatever they bring it they're interested in, it's like, oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go build something around this and have fun with it.
For sure.
And you mentioned in the team experiences that you had, now your son has, the multiple skills that are being practiced, rehearsed in this thing of high interest. That a lot of times our therapy doesn't need to be detached from life. No, we want to bring it right in the middle of life.
And put them in positions where they succeed, right? So that's a big part of coaching, is understanding, oh, okay, I see what this guy does really well, or I see these two that really work together well, right? And where I can go back now, I can think of, oh, that's what my coaches were doing. And so even there, it's all about putting people in a position to succeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's rec soccer. It's not competitive, which is better because it's all about having fun.
Exactly.
So the kids are having fun. We're putting them in situations where they can do what they like doing or what they're good at, and just seeing them grow is just, it's awesome. It's an extension of what I do here. It's just when you live that kind of mentality, like it's here, it's with my kids at home, like I take a great passion and pride in seeing others grow, succeed, feel good about themselves. Like, to me, it's just so cool. And from a spiritual perspective, it's just seeing God work.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's awesome.
We're designed to grow.
Yep.
No matter how old we get, we're designed to keep growing.
Yep.
Absolutely. And keep learning. I'm very big proponent of lifelong learning. So
Absolutely.
I'm always, in my free time, I've always got several books going. So I've got a fiction book, I've got a nonfiction book related to work, and I've usually got an audio book. So it's and podcasts and more podcasts. So, like, I love soaking more up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whether it's the creative world or the the world of knowledge is just unending. Like, again, when people can tap into that and get fascinated with it, it's just such a cool thing to see.
Yeah. Sure is.
Yeah, when they can step out of judgment and be curious. To go back to an earlier theme, it's just such a healthier way to live. It allows you to thrive in whatever season you find yourself in, or move towards thriving at least.
Absolutely.
Well, good. It was good to have you on today, Bryan.
Great to be here.
There's a lot of different topics throughout here. I mean, I had some questions in my head that was rolling around, but that would probably be a totally different podcast. But a lot of different topics that we'll probably have you back to talk through.
Yes.
And it was a pleasure to have you on and to hear your background and your expertise in the area that you're passionate about. And we appreciate you coming on and being with us today.
appreciate you giving me the time. I love being able to just share my passion of what I do here and help people understand it. And I'm very much looking forward to talking more in depth about, whether it's ADHD. Definitely want to get more into autism in a future podcast.
Yes.
And definitely want to talk about that twice exceptional
Yes.
population, because it's fascinating. It's just a fascinating experience.
For sure.
Working with people, joining with people that are differently wired and see the world in a different way.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's precious. It's how God's made us
Yep.
all together, and in community. So I very much look forward to continuing some of these with you guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
We will.
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting too to talk through those different components that you talked about. But the thing I was thinking in my head as well was the difference in presentation between boys and girls in those different areas. Because I think that's something that is not understood well, especially from the girls' perspective. And to hear your thoughts on that will be great.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on once again.
Yes, thank you. My pleasure.
That concludes our interview with Bryan Peacock. We hope you enjoyed this series. His full episode will be released in its entirety this coming Friday. So if you know somebody who would be interested in listening to it, point them in our direction so that they can listen to that full interview on our full Friday episode that will be released this coming Friday. Join us next week as we dive into another interview with one of our colleagues from New Life Resources. And until we see you again, have a great week and take care. Embracing New Life is a production of New Life Resources, a Christian counseling clinic in southeast Wisconsin, whose aim and goal since 1976 has been to provide high-quality professional counseling, psychological, and consulting services from within a Christian framework.